Good morning, children. Today, in this class, I am going to start a new chapter, that is Introduction to Algebra. In the previous classes, we have learnt about the number system and what are the different types of number systems and about the geometrical figures and ideas of different figures of geometry we have learnt. Okay. In this chapter, we are going to learn a new concept, that is algebra. Okay, the main feature of algebra is nothing but to show the or to represent the letters, use of letters to represent the numbers. Okay, the main feature of the algebra is use of letters to represent the numbers. To represent the numbers, we are using letters like alphabets. Okay, that is nothing but the main feature of this algebra. Okay, to understand this concept, we are going to explain or about some examples about the algebra. Okay, we have some examples. Before that, we should note the main feature of the algebra. Okay, main feature algebra means use of the main feature of algebra is use of letters or alphabets to represent numbers like already we have learned in the previous classes about the number system. Okay, they are representing different types of numbers like integers, whole numbers, natural numbers, and negative integers, positive integers, whatever it may be. Okay, any numbers can be represented by the use of letters or alphabets. Okay, that is nothing but the main feature of the algebra. Okay, now let us see. And one more feature of the algebra is these letters are representing some of the letters may be representing about the unknown values. They are representing unknown values. They may represent unknown values, and sometimes they may represent not a perfect number. They are representing not a perfect number. Okay, these are the main features of the algebra. The main feature of algebra is use of letters to represent the unknown numbers or to represent not a perfect numbers with the alphabets. That is nothing but algebra. Okay, to understand this concept, we will explain more examples, and we will explain about some more patterns to understand this concept. Okay, now let us start the examples. We have some patterns to understand this concept, that are the pattern 1. Okay, this is an example. Okay, this is an example. In this pattern, suppose if you want to draw a face, we are requiring generally a circle, and it is having, to represent the eyes of a face, we are using 2 dots. Okay, to draw one face, we are using 2 dots. How many dots we are using? 2 dots we are using in a circle to draw the face. Okay, to draw one face, how many circles we are using? We are using, to draw one face, we are using 2 dots. Okay, suppose if you want to draw one more face, we are requiring 2 more dots to represent the eyes of a face. Generally, we are taking the dots. Okay, to draw one face, it requires two dots. To draw the two faces, we are requiring 4 dots. Two faces. For two faces, it requires 4 dots. 4 dots. Suppose now if you want to draw one more face, how many dots totally required to draw the 3 faces? To draw 3 faces, we are requiring 6 dots. Okay, in this way we can say how many dots are requiring for 4 faces. For 4 faces, it requiring 8. For 5, 10. For 6, 12. For 70 faces, how many dots are required? Okay. If you observe the dots for one face, it requires 2 dots. Okay. Okay. Now express this expression in the algebraic expressions. Okay. Now let us see about here. To draw one face, we will represent here the 1 is representing the one face. Okay. Here also it can be represented. Here to draw 2 faces, it can be written as like this. Okay. To draw 3 faces, we can represent the number of dots in this way. Okay, if we observe the 3 expressions, here we can see the 2 is constants. Here 2 is representing the number of dots. Okay, here 1, 2, 3 are representing the number of faces. Here the number of faces are changing. Why? Because we are constructing or we are drawing more faces, it is changes, but these 2 dots are not changed. Okay, that is why, suppose if you calculate how many dots are requiring for 69 faces, with the help of this representation, here we are representing the number of faces like this, 2 into 69. Okay, in this way we can say that it requires, to draw 69 faces, it is requiring 138 dots. They require 138 dots. Okay, in this way we can calculate the dots. Okay, now let us express the general form. Okay, express this in the general form. Okay, these expressions can be expressed as the general form, that is, these are all can be representing in 2 into n. It is the general form for all the dots requiring to draw the faces. Okay, here 2 is representing, here 2 is number of dots per face, for one face. Okay, to draw one face, it is requiring 2 dots. Okay, to draw 2 faces, it is requiring 4 dots. 3 faces, 6 dots. 69 faces, 138 dots. To draw n faces means unknown. Okay, it is not a perfect number. Okay, here n is representing the number of faces. Here the faces value will be changes. Okay, but the number of dots will not change. To draw the face, the dots number is not changes, and the faces number will be changes. Okay, for these expressions we can write the general form 2 into n. Okay, here 2 representing number of dots per one face, and here n representing the number of bases. In this way, we are representing this concept in the algebraic expression. Okay, it can be also written as 2n. Okay, it can be also written as 2n. Okay, now let us see about the pattern 2. Okay, suppose if you want to draw a triangle, if you want to make a triangle with matchsticks, how many matchsticks we should require? Okay, a triangle is having 3 sides. That is why if you want to make a triangle, we should require 3 matchsticks. Okay, here 1 matchstick, 2 matchsticks, and the 3rd matchstick here. Okay, if you want to make a triangle with matchsticks, it is requiring 3 matchsticks. To make one triangle, for one triangle it requires 3 matchsticks. Okay, it requires 3 matchsticks for one triangle. For one triangle, it requires 3 matchsticks. 3 matchsticks. Okay. To draw 2 triangles, how many matchsticks would be required? Okay, to draw 2 triangles. It is requiring 6 matchsticks. How many matchsticks would be required to draw the 2 triangles? It is requiring 6 matchsticks. It is requiring for 2 triangles, it is requiring 6 matchsticks. 6 matchsticks. Okay, suppose if you want to draw 3 triangles, how many matchsticks would be required? Will be required to draw the 3 triangles. To draw 3 triangles, it requires 9 matchsticks. 9 matchsticks. Okay, for all these values, we can represent a general form. That is, these can be represented in the general form that are here 3 matchsticks would be required. Here 6 matchsticks would be required. Here 9 matchsticks will be required. Okay, now let us see 3 into 1. Okay, this 3 we can represent in terms of 3 into 1. Here 3 representing the number of matchsticks and 1 representing the number of triangle. Here 3 representing the number of matchsticks, 2 representing the 2 triangles. Okay, here we can represent 3 into 3. Okay, here 3 representing the number of matchsticks for 1 triangle. Here again one more 3 representing the 3 number of triangles. Okay, in this way we can represent the number of matchsticks will be required to make a triangle. Okay, these all can be represented in the general form. That is 3 into m. Okay, the general form for all these triangles, for all these matchsticks, we should notate or we should represent the general form, that is 3 into m. Here 3 is representing the number of matchsticks. And m is representing the number of triangles. Okay, this is the general form, or this is the general expression for to make these triangles, and how many matrices would be required to make these triangles. Okay, here it can be also written as 3m. Okay, 3m. Okay, now let us see one more example to understand this concept. Pattern 3. Pattern 3. Okay. To draw the square, how many matrices would be required? In square, there are 4 sides. Okay. That is why we should require 4 matrices. We should require 4 matrices to make one square. How many matrices we should require to make a square? To make a square, to make for one square, it will be required 4 matrices. 4 matrices. For two squares, it is requiring 8 matrices. For 3 squares, how many matrices would be required? It is requiring 12 matrices. Okay, it can be written in the. It can also represent in the form of 4 into 1, 4 into 2, and 4 into 3. Okay, in this way, we can represent the number of matrices would be required to draw the square. Okay, it can be also written, or it can be also expressed in the general form, that is 4 into p. Okay, here 4 is the number of matrices required to draw to make one square, and p is representing number of squares. Okay, it can be also expressed. It can be also expressed as 4p. Okay, in this way we are expressing the different types of expressions with the help of alphabets. With the use of alphabets, we are using, or we are expressing the expressions in terms of alphabets. Okay, these expressions are called as algebraic expressions. Okay, these expressions are called as algebraic expressions. Okay, in these algebraic expressions, 4 is called as constant and p is called as variable. Okay, p is called as variable. Okay, once see in the pattern 1 we had seen about 2n. In this 2 into n is a variable. N is variable. In the pattern 2 we had seen 3 into m. In this m is a variable. In this pattern we had seen 4 into p. Here p is the variable. Okay, this is about the expressing the algebraic expression in terms of alphabets or in terms of letters. Okay, in the next class we will see more about the concept of algebra, and we will discuss the exercise problems in the next class. Thank you, children.